This is where you know young founders versus experienced business people because customer relationships is probably the number one thing that you should be talking about in your company because it doesn't really matter all the people that you marketed to that never bought your product. The people that you need to be most concerned with are your actual customers and the way that they get treated and your relationships with them because of a couple of things that we're going to go over. But remember, with all of this, you as the business owner, it is your job, the responsibility falls back on you to make sure that you have properly trained your employees to treat customers the way that your brand needs to treat people in order to grow. And it's up to you to make sure that they've had their training and to make sure that they are actually keeping that standard. So, number one is how do we build and maintain customer relationships? I like to think of regular relationships where when I'm getting to know somebody, I'd like to take an interest in them. I repeat back to them what they say to me, and I make sure that I'm not wasting their time. Same thing is going to apply here. Teaching your employees to not waste people's time, to repeat back to them what they heard to make sure that there's clarity, people feel heard, listened to, and that they're important. And then using their name and different things like that to make sure that you're signaling respect and that there's a quality to, the whole department is going to help them to not just build relationships, but maintain those relationships. But even though you have those great practices, it is still important to have a customer retention strategy. This is a strategy where you, with your specific product or service, are going to have follow up emails, follow up promotions, different things, different strategies that you will use to make sure that you actually keep them as customers and you extend that lifetime value of the customer, whether that's through selling them additional products, selling them more of the same product, running specials that only they can get on because they're a previous customer, or making sure that they have new reasons to buy or great follow up. So, different things for your retention strategy to make sure that you don't just have one time buyers, you have people who love your product and keep coming back. And then the last one, probably the biggest secret in maybe all of business, not over exaggerating. How do we gather and utilize customer feedback? This is where all of the small companies fall apart because they never go looking for feedback. They think it'll be bad. And yeah, even if it is, at least you got honest, good feedback that you can now use to become better. Because if you're ever wondering why your company is struggling, it's probably something your customer isn't telling you. Because you're sitting here and thinking, man, everything's going great. But you're being held back by whatever that feedback is that you never asked for. Getting customer feedback and understanding how you can make your customer's experience more enjoyable, more thrilling, more fulfilling, and make them want to come back is going to be the biggest secret. As long as you can hear it and then actually implement it, you are going to be an incredibly successful business.